Hi guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday and welcome to my Tuesday Talks. Today's topic is overtraining. Yes, it is very possible and very likely that if you love working out and you're giving it your all, you could get overtrained. So, what is overtraining? Is it always more better? Not necessarily. It could be actually working against us. So, yes, it is good to work out and work out hard, but to a point. And how do we or when do we reach that point? So, that point is either we can reach it two ways, either too much exercise without enough recovery time or chronic underfueling. So either we're just working out like crazy and you don't take days off and you don't let your muscles rest, or you're working super hard and you're not taking enough calories, enough healthy calories and nutrients to fuel those workouts and that stress you're putting your body into. And this point, when you reach this point, is called OTS, which is overtraining syndrome, and it leads to your fitness level is going to start going down, and you risk the possibility of injury. So, what are the signs? There are 9, and there are more other signs, but I from where I investigated, I figured like these were the 9 most important signs that you need to look out when you are part of a workout routine, or when you are usually training a lot. Number 1, decreased performance. So usually when you work out and you have an appropriate plan, you progress, right? So you either feel better doing the same workout, you get stronger, you can lift more, you can run faster, you can jump higher. So if it gets to a point where even you're doing your workouts and you should be progressing and you don't, then that might be a sign of overtraining. When instead of improving, you start decreasing your agility, decreasing your strength, your speed, though that could be a sign of overtraining. Number 2, increase perceived effort during your workouts. So let's say you run 30 minutes and you know that feeling. You know how you finish when you finish those 30 minutes, you know how you feel through the training. If those 30 minutes you start going out for that run and they feel really, really hard and really difficult to get through them, or if you're doing a lifting routine and it's usually, it's hard, but you can manage finishing it. If it gets really hard to get through it, that could be another sign of overtraining. Number 3, excessive fatigue or heavy legs. Fatigue starts accumulating in our body. Like you put it through stress, you work out, you jump, you lift. If you don't give your muscles the proper recovery time, they're gonna, always be hurting, always be, doing those little muscle tears that usually if you rest and you eat properly, they grow. But if you don't, you just kind of start wasting away. And then you're going to be tired all the time. And you're going to have what is called a low energy availability. So instead of your working outs making you feel more energized, they're going to start draining you and you're going to feel like you're just tired all the time. So that could be excessive fatigue is a sign number 3. Number 4, agitation and moodiness. And we would usually not think that that has anything to do with our training, but it can, and it actually does. I talk about this, and I know it's not talked about a lot, but I when I was running like a lot and I was pushing myself and I was loving it. Like I could not go a day without running. But then suddenly, and now that I know what it is and everything, at the moment I didn't, um, I can identify most of the signs and how I was feeling. And then you get this feeling of like, instead of feeling relaxed after a workout, you just feel like, I don't know, like cranky, like upset all the time, and you have mood swings, and it's really really weird. And it's because overtraining affects the stress hormones, the cortisol and the epinephrine. So this imbalance is gonna cause irritability, and it's gonna also keep you from concentrating. It affects mentally too. Number 5, insomnia. Usually, it's like everything, if you do too much, it's not good either. Like if you work out properly, you usually get a good night's sleep. And actually, it's recommended. Like if you have these problems, if you have insomnia, if you have problems falling asleep, they recommend you to do some activity during the day to get you tired, and you should rest better. But when you start overtraining, this actually affects your sleeping patterns. And the overproduction of the stress hormones that we talked before, it's gonna keep you from having a good night's sleep. It's gonna keep you from relaxing. Number 6, you're gonna lose your appetite, which sounds really, really weird, right? Because usually you work out, you need more calories, and your body is going to ask you for more calories to keep up with those with the trainings. But when you overtrain, the physiological exhaustion of the overtraining syndrome is going to actually lead to an appetite suppression. So you're so tired, you're so cranky, you're so sore, and everything is gonna make you not want to eat too. So that's another sign, a loss of appetite. Number 7, chronic or nagging injuries. Like if out of a sudden, you're doing your training as you were doing it for a while, and then suddenly you start getting injured. Like your knee starts hurting, and then it goes away, then it comes back, or your calf, or you start getting those little nagging injuries that they are not too bad, but they're there, and they don't go away after 2 weeks. If an injury doesn't go away after like some resting, and after 2 weeks, you should definitely visit a doctor. This could be a sign of overtraining. You're putting your body under too much stress all the time, and not giving it enough rest is gonna get injured. Number 8, metabolic imbalances. Long-term low energy availability, which is a consequence of just training all the time, may lead to nutrient deficiencies, and like iron deficiency, anemia, and then this could lead to other medical complications like that involve the cardiovascular, gastrointestinal, endocrine, nervous, or reproductive system. So it could become really serious. And number 9 is psychological stress and depression. So it is, that's why I thought it was really important to talk about this, because some people, and I had overtraining syndrome. We just get so wrapped up in that feeling of doing more and working out more, and we think that by doing more all the time and increasing our weights and increasing the distance and increasing the speed, we are doing better, right? And we are to a certain point. But like with running, they recommend you have like three weeks that you progressively, add either speed or time running, like by 10%. But then they tell you, okay, week 4, you is like a deload week. And that applies to weights too. Like if you're in, you're normally like going up in weights or in reps, and you have to give yourself and your muscles a week to deload. And also during your weekly trainings, at least one day that you take off, and even 2 or 3, depending on the intensity of your workouts. You need to watch for all, if you think you're working out too much and you kind of see some of these signs or symptoms, pay attention. How do we prevent it? Adjusting the training routine to include rest days. Then it's okay to train hard. It's okay to give it your all in your training, but not every day, all the time. Training further and harder every day, all the time. That's what is not good for your body. You need to give your body time to recover, because that's what you want. You want your muscles to grow and get stronger. And if you're submitting them to stress all the time, they're not going to grow and they're not going to get stronger, and then you're going to get injured, and that's going to keep you from training, which we don't want to. Then very important, you have to fuel your body properly. Like if you were eating X amount of calories to keep your weight, and you were just doing, 30 minutes, 20 minutes a day of a light walk, and then you start running and you start lifting, you cannot keep eating those same amount of calories a day. You need to adjust. You need to fuel your body. You need to fuel your workouts properly, so your body is strong to keep up with the training. And you need to rest. You need to get that enough sleep every night, as much as you can. And let's say to finish, you got it, you hit it, because like I did, I had to, like I felt like I needed to, I could not work out. Like I got to a point, like I hated running. Like I could not get out and put my tennis shoes and go for a run. I was so tired. I was so cranky. I just, my body kind of shut down and gave up. So I had to take some time off. So if you hit that point, then you just take a week off and rest. And then when you feel like, you get that, okay, I'm going to start again, start slowly and don't make the same mistakes again. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Keisha, space Fit Fun Style, and you will find more healthy tips, exercise tutorials, and a lot of workouts to do at home and at the gym. Have a wonderful day. Bye.